Showdown in Harare. Military ultimatum issued to MPs ahead of controversial CAB 3 vote. The political landscape in Harare, Zimbabwe, has reached a boiling point following an explosive, direct intervention by high-ranking retired military figures warning members of parliament, MPs, to stay away from the legislative building ahead of the highly contentious vote on Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, CAB 3 of 2026. The security alert comes alongside revelations of massive monetary inducements, setting the stage for a dramatic factional showdown within the state apparatus. The military's line in the sand. The tension escalated sharply following a public letter and an urgent security notice issued by retired Lieutenant General Winston Sigauke Mapranga. Addressing President Emerson Mnangagwa directly, the highly decorated liberation veteran issued an uncompromising critique of the administration's current trajectory, warning against bending the supreme law of the land for personal political longevity. Right, let's quote Utwatichi, one of the statements. And I write as one of the buried comrades in Mozambique so that Zimbabwe would never again be ruled by decree dressed up as law. Close quote. The retired general wrote, adding plainly that the push to drive CAB 3 through parliament is an act of dangerous ambition. The letter specifically highlighted Section 328 of the Constitution, the architectural heart of the 2013 Supreme Law voted for by over 3 million citizens, which explicitly bars any sitting president from amending term limits to extend their own tenure. Right, Zimbabwe. In a chilling historical reminder, the retired general cautioned Mnangagwa to remember the fate of former President Robert Mugabe, noting that the historic events of November 2017 were fought for the principle of constitutional order, not individual dynastic ambitions. Right. Alongside the letter, an explicit public notice was directed at sitting members of parliament warning them to completely boycott the parliamentary session. The notice read, the court urged, stay far from parliament building tomorrow, 11 June 2026. Ndinazo. Should you choose to ignore this, do not expect mercy when the consequences follow. Which also goes Mswathof, Mangwana. This direct ultimatum places lawmakers in a precarious crossfire between the civilian executive and a powerful faction of retired military elites who command deep networks within the country's security architecture. According to field intelligence and regional reports, the ruling ZANU-PF apparatus has successfully engineered a backdoor two-thirds majority in the National Assembly to solidify the passage of CAB 3 through Upper House Senate. Reports allege that lawmakers were paid a massive lump sum of $10,000 each to assume the risk and vote the bill through. Yeah, nobody nyika yedu majokes. Vananotengwa neka $10,000. Ka $10,000. Munyika yema billionaire, yema trillionaire. Just imagine. Right. With standard legislative salaries severely strained by ongoing regional economic challenges, the $10,000 inducement represents a highly tempting payout for lawmakers. However, with the explicit military threat hanging over the State House, MPs now face a dangerous calculation: accept the executive's financial backing or heed the strict warnings of the military generals. What is at stake for Zimbabwe? Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 is widely viewed by political analysts and civil society groups as an anti-people bill designed to systematically dismantle the democratic checks and balances established in the 2013 Constitution. If passed, critics argue it will effectively establish an unchecked political dynasty, entrench the ongoing economic status quo, and worsen the human rights situation across the nation. As citizens anxiously watch the capital, the ultimate question remains whether this confrontation will stay confined to an internal elite factional war or spark broader civil and political action from the wider electorate. Zimbabwe, pano pa mzinda wopano, we will continue to monitor developments closely as the situation unfolds in the capital. So, izvi ndo zviri kuitika izvi. And then ndini wenyu super nexus pano pa mzinda wevanhu. Peace.